Welcome to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And if you're wondering what I have here in my hand, some of you should take a look at that. Take a close look. If you've been around the earth a little bit as long as I have, or maybe a little bit more, who knows, you know what you're looking at right there. And typically when you see some old baits like that, in this case, original Okie drifters, okay, original Okie drifters, it's going to be associated with somebody who's been around a little bit longer than some. Take a look at that there. You see that old Lamiglass rod? You can kind of see through it. I don't know if you're going to make out that name right there, but that says Bill Herzog. We got Mr. Herzog here in the studio. We're going to talk winter steelhead. We're going to talk a little bit of Yakima bait stuff. We're going to talk about some of the old school stuff that still works as good today, if not better than it did back in the day, okay? Depends on the river you're on. Also, we're going to talk to him about some of the tricks that he likes to use to be effective, targeting steelhead, salmon, whatever, but in this particular case, we're going to be talking about winter steelhead. Why he uses these goofy, long, that's his weight that he's using for drift fishing. Remember we were talking about drift fishing last week? Well, actually a couple of weeks in a row, I guess. But we're going to find out from Bill why he likes to use some of these things that a lot of you younger folks out there might not even know about, okay? And for some of them that are like me, for some of you that are like me that have been around a while and chasing these things for, good God, man, 40 plus years now, may have forgotten because we get so stuck with a bobber for good reason, okay, for good reason. But we can't overlook the things that actually got us to where we are today and why they were so effective back then. They are still just as effective now. And when people aren't using them at all, again, that's why I say they might even be more effective than they were back then, right? So it's certainly something to pay attention to with Bill, to get some advice from an expert like him. And that's what we're going to do today when we get Bill in. But we can't overlook, we've got a bunch of photos that you've been sending in. We're going to show you those. Also, we're going to have my report from this week. I had all intentions of maybe doing a little bit of steelhead fishing this week, but you know me. What did I do, right? If you've watched the show for long, I went duck hunting. I spent 3 days this week chasing ducks around. Yes, even though it was a holiday week. Hopefully everybody had a great Christmas. All right. A lot of you sent in some photos, so don't be shy if you want to send some of those in. But yeah, I hope you all had a great Christmas. But yeah, that's what my week was, chasing ducks from east to west. And oh my gosh, I've only got one photo. That should give you a little idea, but we'll talk about that later on. We will give you river levels, of course. We got a little bit of things changing, hopefully for the good. It's just a crazy year. El Nino is not a joke. It's real, right? I mean, it's actually a thing, and we're right in the middle of it. Welcome to El Nino in Oregon, Washington. It all falls down to our water conditions and how much we have, or in this case, don't have. But we'll talk about that, give you an idea of what you might be able to do this upcoming week, and we'll check in with Katie Suniga and find out, again, what the weather will be up to. Along with that, we're going to utilize Bill's knowledge, his experience for that Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week. We've got one for you that I don't know. I'm not even going to start. That's all on Bill. We're going to have Bill do it. We'll have that tech tip for you later on in the show. Again, that's the Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week. We've got Greg from Beaverton with a question for Bill. All right, hey, we haven't brought Bill on yet. So Greg, don't hang up. You're going to have the opportunity to ask Bill your question when we come back after this upcoming segment. We're going to have Bill in the studio. So Ryan, make sure that he doesn't go anywhere, all right? So anyway, we don't have anybody else hanging. Let's go ahead and show you some of the photos that everybody's been sending in. And we'll certainly, well, there you go. Chris, thank you for sending that in. We can drop the river name when we've typed that up, though. That's the Wilson River, because it's already been on there. Dandy hatchery fish, that's what will happen if you have a broodstock program, by the way, everyone. I mean, why would common sense want to work all over the place on all the rivers in Washington and Oregon? I mean, that would just make see, I'm getting sidetracked already. But that's what a broodstock fish looks like, everyone. Great photo. Thank you for sending that in. We appreciate it. There is another. I'm not going to say where, because I know the hole. I know the rock. I know right where they are. Probably not too far from that last photo, but there you go. There's your coastal fall Chinook. That's a dandy, too, by the way. Chrome Beauty. Steve, thanks for setting that in. Yeah, that's just a dandy fish. I didn't get a chance to get over there. My whole plans were wiped out with the closure. I was sidetracked with that. Here we go. Coastal Steelies. This is from Brandon. And I'm not going to say anything here. I'm just going to say if that is this year, that's, I mean, really, 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 that's the best report I've seen yet, if that's this year. Now, that being said, great photo, all right? Great day out on the water. Thanks for sending that in. Those are just, you know, quite honestly, winter steelhead are not known for their table fare, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. Now, let's throw that in. I don't know why. They're fantastic, for crying out loud. That just literally made my stomach growl looking at those hatchery fish. I'm sorry, but that's why we chase perfect meat, everyone. And here's another one. Columbia Limit. Joel, thanks for sending that in. I wish I could say that, man. It ain't no shortage of going after them, but nice photo. I like the hat on the dog, too. Nice photo. Thanks for sending that in. Anna, look at that, a pronghorn. Michelle's antelope. Ken, thanks for sending it in. That's a dandy. It's a trophy in anybody's book. They are a very difficult animal to target. I'm glad that I got my one and only. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to chase them again. I don't know if I want to go back to Wyoming for antelope, but I might. But great photo. And it's easy to do, everyone. Here is our updated version of how to get your photos to us. You get the Fox 12 app. You go down to Outdoor GPS. Hey, look at that photo. Now, how does that work? Anyway, once you find it, it'll tell you exactly how to upload your photos and videos. And don't be shy. We'd love to see the videos. So those are always fun, especially if they're good ones, right? All right, we're going to cut to a quick break. I'm going to save a little bit of time here. When we come back, I'm going to have my report from this past week. We're going to take a call here in a little bit for Bill, and we're going to line you up on what you can expect for this upcoming week of weather. Cross your fingers.